Hello, my nakamatachi. This is Joy Girl, and yes, I'm late, girl. But I'm glad to see that there's a few of us already in here. Hey, Paul Mao, did you leave Morge's stream? Oh, you didn't have to do that. Oh no, why'd you leave Morge's stream? I didn't mean to steal you away. I mean, I guess it's alright. Morge has enough of subscribers there. We've got 9 of us, so it's a bit more intimate. So I'm glad you're here with us. Hiya. Hey, we got a few people. Hey, Big Mac. Hey, Freddy. Hey, E. How am I supposed to say that? And Fresh Ingredient. Hi, Rick. How are we all? You also left Morge's stream. Oh, I feel so bad now. I didn't mean to do that to Mr. Morge. Yeah, so that's actually why I was late. I was having fun in Mr. Morge's stream. I didn't realize that we sort of timed our streams as a clash. I think neither of us, I know I don't usually stream at this time. I'm not too sure if Mr. Morge does. It didn't seem like that's what it seemed like he was saying, that he doesn't usually stream at that time. But hey, I'm a mod now. I've never been a mod before. I'm not too sure what that actually means, but I get a little toolbox. I get a little tool wrench next to my name, and it highlights lights up in blue, so that's exciting. Anyone else been a mod before? And Marco, you've left as well. I feel so bad to Mr. Morge now. I'm gonna have to say something. And hey, Rayleigh, Josh, thanks. Did you guys all watch the Reverie? I saw a few names there. You mod for IGN. What's IGN? Okay, thanks, Big Mac. Alright, let me see. Do I think Kirin, if Yamato has the flame power, if Yamato has the devil fruit of a Kirin, could Yamato have flame powers? Well, I guess if it's like within the realm of what the mythology is, then yeah, anything is possible. I think we were talking about that during the reaction stream as well, about, I think someone commented, I think someone brought it up, that it looked like that there were flames around Yamato. Was that you? I don't think it was you that mentioned it, Big Mac. I thought it was someone else that mentioned it that time. You'll have to let me know if that was yourself. I'm still reading up a lot about the Kirin. Shout out to Randy Troy, because I noticed that he also just uploaded a video, which I didn't get a chance to watch the full thing because it happened almost just as this one was about to start. But it seemed like Randy made a video a lot about the Kirin, so I guess we'll find out more. But I'm still having a lot of fun reading up on a lot of the different like mythological creatures. So did you guys all get a chance to watch my review? I brought up a list of all the possible mythological creatures that could fit, and there were a lot, so I had to really narrow it down. And it's actually partly, you know, something that I actually want to discuss today, because a few people left, you know, some interesting comments. So I know we've got a big I know Kirin, it seems to be the real popular idea, but a lot of people were mentioning the hooves and how Yamato's hands, what we were able to see, looked like claws, and it didn't seem like they were hooves, and obviously that doesn't seem to fit with the Kirin. So what do you guys think about that? And thank you guys. Yes, the Reverie was long. I didn't stay the entire time, but I think I was there for quite a while. I was there, and I gotta admit, I got very, so I'm sorry if I wasn't as vocal and if I wasn't as active. I think I started just before 6 AM, so I had to wake up a little bit earlier than that. And I didn't actually get that much sleep the night before. I was thinking, okay, I'm gonna get a good night's sleep so I can be nice and, you know, active during the Reverie. And then just for some reason, I don't know if it was the excitement or the nerves, but I didn't get to sleep until like 2-3 AM, so I was running on like 2 hours of sleep that day. Oh, so it's not Kirin, it's Chirin. Fred, I looked half asleep during the Reverie. There were times where I did feel a bit tired, but I wasn't sleepy. I swear I wasn't sleepy, but it was a long one. I don't think I've sat down in just one spot like that for a while, so Okay, so Big Mac with the clarification. So it's not the kitten, it's the chitin. Sometimes have claws. Okay, it depends on the type. Okay, that makes sense. So yeah, it seems like I think kitten is supposed to be like I think chitin must have Chinese origins, but different South or different East Asian countries have a lot of their own like renditions of it, because I was reading up on it, and I think Japanese, that's why it's the kitten in Japanese, and I'm pretty sure there's one in Korea as well. Yeah, so pronunciation changes based on the region. Makes sense. Hi Julian, nice. I'm glad that thanks for joining us. Glad to have you here. And Sean DeMello, I wonder if Oda will still come up with something that we don't expect. And see, that's what I was saying as well. I think it's possible that, yes, we will still get something that none of us are expecting. You know, now that for a while everyone was thinking that it's the byakko. And I know that some people were bringing up the chitin or the kitten for a while, but it was definitely the byakko that was the most popular option. And now, you know, everyone's jumping on the kitten train. But, you know, it could be something else as well. So... what do we got? Always love that. Hey Tyler, thanks for subscribing. Glad to have you here. Nice of you to join us. It could be like another Inu fruit as well. I know that Katarina Devon has the kitsune devil fruit, but there are also like different types of kitsunes as well. So that could also be an option. Yeah, debunked byakko so hard. Exactly, yeah, exactly, Fred. The problem with it is that you can't, you know, it was one panel, well, two if you count the one of just Yamato's face, but it's not like that gave us a lot more information. And that's the real thing, right? So it's claws, you know, and that's, I was actually bringing this up. Let me see, I was reading a comment on the review, and someone noted that, you know, again, going back to the idea of hooves versus claws, I was looking at Dalton, and Dalton, you know, obviously as a bison should have hooves, but when we look at him in his own form, he has like normal human, like furry hands, but still human-like hands, and then it's just his feet that are hooves. So is it something that we'll see here? Maybe Yamato for some reason has like claw-like hands, but then has hooves for feet? What do you mean by that, Big Mac? That byakko was originally the kitten, as in like in the mythology of it? Hello, Mr. Bushido. I'm glad that you and I met through the reverie, and I'm glad that you're here. Thanks for joining us. Mariko, what do I think would happen in 1020 Black Maria fight? I would hope so. Yes. Yes. So I was thinking that I thought it was pretty clear that it was going to be Jinbei and Who's Who first, and then after we got that, I was thinking, okay, probably Frankie and Sasaki. Now I'm really hoping for Robin and Black Maria, and maybe Brooke as well. But I hope that I hope each Straw Hat gets their own focus. I hope that, you know, we don't just have Brooke and Black Maria, although a tag team fight would be fun as well. But I want my girl to have her props. You know, I want that moment for Robin. Yeah, Fred. Yeah, so more surprised that Oda didn't tease that, you know, connection between Sasaki and Kokoro, which would obviously tie with Frankie as well. It seemed to make a lot of sense, you know, they're around the same age as well. Yeah, Robin definitely needs her time to shine, and I can't wait for it. You know, we're just gonna have Robin going in her, just gigantifying her limbs to just slap around Black Maria. That's gonna be a lot of fun. Yeah, so And the other thing that I mentioned during my review is that the other possible hint that that the fight might not be over is that, you know, for Who's Who and Jinbei, we actually got a title that was Who's Who, like Jinbei versus Who's Who, which is, you know, a title like scheme, I guess, that we have, you know, all throughout the series, you know, for big pinnacle fights, and we obviously didn't get that this chapter. So I mean, there's also so many other fights still going on as well, you know. We're still waiting on Drake versus Apu. You know, where even is Drake? And Hawkins and Killer, that was that started and we haven't seen that. Although obviously I think we're all waiting for the Straw Hat moments the most. Yep, so I agree with Amadeus. I want Brook to get his own fight. Hi, David Harris. And Fred, so Oda cared enough about dinosaurs. Yeah, so there was not a lot of explanation about Sasaki's abilities that I was waiting on as well. That was crazy. You know, why is he flying? That was so random. Do I watch anime too? Is this for One Piece? I didn't used to watch the anime. I stopped watching the anime a while ago around the Fishman Island arc. And then I actually started picking it back up for Wano, and I just haven't looked back since. I haven't caught up though. I haven't watched the latest episode. The last one I watched was the one where the Tobiroppo were finally introduced properly, and that was the last one. But I haven't watched since, but man, the anime has been so good. Or are you talking about other series? Because I do watch animes for other series as well. For other series, I usually watch the anime rather than read the manga. And Guillermo, okay, what do we have? Thanks for the super chat. Hello. Who do you think will fight against Zoro, King? And also, do you think we may see any of the CP0 fight? Well, I don't know about CP0 fighting. I think we discussed this actually during the Revelry as well, but I think there's a chance that like a member of the Revolutionary Army might show up, and so then a clash could happen there. Maybe not like a full-on fight, maybe more like a quick clash, but I think CP0's role right now is a bit different in the story, and I think their role is maybe, I mean, they're playing a very important role, and I think it seeds for other possibilities for other people to show up, like the Marines, like the Revolutionary Army. Like I said, I'm not too sure how much of a fighting role they play in this arc. But whereas for Zoro, I think it's pretty clear that he's gonna fight King. I think that's pretty clear. Also, so I'm not too sure whether you were watching the Revelry, but so I think if the Revolutionary Army show up, obviously it has a lot to do with the materials and the weapons at Wano. Same thing for the world government. And so I think it'll be like if they did happen to, you know, become a part of the Wano arc, I think it'll just be a clash so that the Revolutionary Army just are trying to make sure that that the world government can't get their hands on the weapons factory and take over at Wano, which I don't think, you know, would fit with the story. I don't think Luffy would let the world government get away with that either. He didn't do all of this, you know, he hasn't been fighting Kaido and Big Mom for some other faction just to take over Wano. And Big Mac, if you want to learn more about the Kirin, I recommend a recent video from Tailkeeper Sherry about it. Okay, thanks for that. Thanks for that note. I'm gonna take a note of that. Tailkeeper Sherry. Is Tailkeeper Sherry a One Piece content creator as well? I've never came across that channel before. Tailkeeper Sherry. And I just noticed Fred replied to Guillermo, Zoro and Luffy versus Kaido. You guys all know my thoughts about the possibility of seeing the Straw Hats versus Kaido as well. So whilst Luffy is temporarily, you know, temporarily vulnerable and out of the action, you know that I think that the Straw Hats might be buying some time for Luffy, and that they'll have their moment to maybe have a group combo, you know, group fight against Kaido. And if you haven't watched that video, then I do suggest that you do, because, I mean, it's a great headcanon. Marco, Frankie will get some power up after Wano. I think that has been heavily seeded now, especially after the last chapter. You know, I think Frankie's gonna get Queen's beams, but what I really wanted to see more of Frankie, and I think I've discussed this before, is that maybe I haven't. I know I've definitely wrote about it. Maybe it's a coming video, so I'll give you a little tease. But I really want Frankie to take more advantage of the sea stone, you know, material at Wano, and then create weapons out of that. You know, maybe even replace his body, or at least his fist with it. I think that would be really cool. And I think it's really important if he's going to continue to fight other Devil Fruit users. Which is, you know, after this last chapter, you know, Frankie's finally getting his recognition as a proper combatant within the Straw Hats, and, you know, we're only going to go up from here. The stakes are only going to get higher. So I think him having, you know, a sea stone body, maybe sea stone weapons, is going to be really, really useful. You know, with this arc, they're mostly Zoan Devil Fruits, so it's okay. You know, you can touch them, and you can sort of they're I guess they're more fightable, but after this arc, I think they're gonna fight, you know, other more diverse non-Zoan Devil Fruit users, and where the Sea Stone, I think, ability or Sea Stone advantage is going to be really really needed. And hey, Chin, you're here! I didn't realize that I actually noted you during Mr. Morge's stream. I noticed that you were a mod during the Reverie, and I was actually just in Mr. Morge's stream for a while, and I was looking for you, and you weren't there. But I'm glad you're here with us. And Runes of Ahara, good morning, sending love from the Philippines, sending love back to you from Sydney. I mention this almost every stream about how much I love Philo food. Musomania, speaking of the Reverie, after this chapter, I don't think Yamato will join. Yeah, and that's something that I brought up during the Reverie as well, that it would be really cool if Yamato actually just really gives a slap to Kaido's face and say, I am going to stay back and I am going to rule Wano, but not along with you, alongside the Kozukis. And Goldie Justin, thanks so much. That's so very sweet of you. I'm glad that you've been enjoying the content here. On the topic of Frankie, has anyone noticed that Frankie's VA has sounded very sick lately? Or maybe kind of tired? I don't know, his voice doesn't sound the same. Oh, that's really sad. I hope that's not the case. And thank you, Mr. Guillermo. After this Wano power-up, what are your thoughts of Gear 5? Or do you prefer a new form of Gear 4 instead? What I would like to see most at this point is to see Luffy use his Conqueror's Haki, like fusing his Conqueror's Haki with his Gear 4, forms. I think I'd like to see that first. And then afterwards, we can start talking about, you know, seeing Gear 5 forms or a new Gear 4 form as well. Personally, I think a Gear 5 should be saved for another arc, especially because we got this new power-up about Luffy being able to, you know, coat his attack with Conqueror's Haki. So I think we could save Gear 5 for another arc, but, you know, obviously, as a fan, if we get to see a Gear 5 arc, I'm not going to complain. Also, because I thought that if we saw a Gear 5, then my idea for what it would look like was that we would actually have a reverse gear, because I think it would almost, you know, guarantee a reverse gear, because how would you go up from there? But still, you know, possibilities up, and like you said, maybe a new Gear 4 form as well. We got Chinho, Morge is jokingly saying that you're the worst mod, but acknowledge your effort to remind everyone to like the stream. Oh, that's nice. And I'm glad, thank you. And oh, Sega as well. Sorry, I just realized that I missed your super chat whilst I was answering Guillermo. You betrayed Morge's stream and came here. Now I'm gonna have to apologize to Mr. Morge in that case. It wasn't a betrayal. We were all just we're trying to make most of the different streams and all the different content. And also, actually, based on Marco and Chin's comment, if you guys could all like this stream here today as well, that would be greatly appreciated. And I mentioned this last time as well. If you guys haven't already checked out Joy Girl Streams, the new channel where we're going to be moving this after we finish up live here. And like I said, give me recommendations, suggestions for other series that you want to cover as well. That if you want me to react to, if you want to discuss, then let me know about that as well. Fred says, you don't think it's been long enough for a new gear. That's what I was thinking as well. I mean, we just got this new ability about Luffy being able to coat his attack. So I think that's going to be what's next. Or at least that's what I'm most excited for right now. And thanks, Elvin. Big Mac, thank you. Do I think after Luffy defeats Kaido, Yamato would beg Luffy to invite him into his crew, similar to how Oden begged Whitebeard to invite him to join his crew? So, I've got a few thoughts on this, because I think this really depends on what we see from Yamato from here on out, from here until that moment. Are we actually going to see, and it also depends on how Yamato would feel at the end of Wano. Would Yamato still feel that they want to go out to sea? Would Yamato still want to join the Straw Hats and sail with them? Or would Yamato actually want to stay behind at Wano and actually help, build Wano back up and build and help the Kozukis in that way? Would Yamato still feel the need to, go as Oden? Would Yamato want to go as Yamato, himself? I think those are the questions that we need to figure out first, and after we see that, that's when answers are going to get a bit more clear, because I think Yamato actually has to have his own selfish reason to join, not just as someone else, but as Yamato, something that he wants for himself. Does that make sense? By the way, Joy Girl, if you play video games, have I ever played the Sakura Wall series? The composer for the One Piece anime does the music for those games, and many voice actors are shared. No, I did not know that. And I have not played that game, but thanks for letting me know. Sakura Wall series, what sort of game is it? I mean, I can sort of tell by the name, but... Joy Morge versus Joy Girl. Or maybe it'll be Mr. Joy instead. But also with video games, if I go back to Muso, I'm not great with video games. I've got really bad hand-eye coordination, and I just never grew up playing video games. Mind I never had any sort of controller console type games growing up, so I'm just not great at it. What's that game? What's that cooking game when you're under pressure and you have to clean and cook at the same time when you're versing people? What's that game called? Is it Cooking Mania? Kitchen Mania? You guys know which one I'm talking about, right? Anyways, I was playing with that one, and I have a friend who's never gotten mad at me before, but he got mad at me playing that game. I've never seen him scream at me like that before. We were playing in teams, and I was in his team, and I was bringing us down. So... Does Sakura Wars need a lot of, good hand-eye coordination? Overcooked! Yes, Paul Mel, overcooked, that's what it is. I definitely overcooked everything. I overcooked everything, and then I undercleaned everything too. Rikin asks, what are some other anime slash manga series that I like? Okay, so once... Oh, it's hard to say, but out of finished series, my favorite would be Slam Dunk. Out of continuing ones, I know the manga's finished, but I didn't read the manga for this, so I'm just waiting on the anime. I'm really excited for the final season of Attack on Titan. That was probably the most expressive I've been whilst watching an anime series. And maybe Rooftop, maybe what we'll see now on the Onigashima raid will change that, but I was a complete mess. I was a roller coaster of emotions watching Attack on Titan. That was crazy. So I'm really excited for that. I'm watching, I'm thinking of starting to read Jujutsu Kaisen now that the anime's finished and we're waiting, and it seems like it might be a while. So I'm thinking of catching up on the manga for Jujutsu Kaisen. But yeah, I enjoy a lot of series. I enjoy a lot of different series. Yes, Attack on Titan is so great. And Amadeus, no, I haven't watched Black Clover. Erased is a good short anime with some good emotions in it. What sort of anime is it? Is it shonen? Suns or Bucks? Okay, so I'm a Giannis fan, but I'd love to see Giannis get a ring, but I wouldn't be upset if CP3 got a ring this year as well. I think it's his time, but so it'll just come down to, you know, what happens. So I'm just loving life at the moment. And Mob Psycho, I did hear about Mob Psycho. It's a murder mystery with supernatural elements and time travel. Okay, that sounds intriguing. I like a good murder mystery. It's a slice of life anime as well. That's interesting. It's a murder slash slice of life anime. Similar to, I guess, what is it? Tokyo Revengers. I watched the first 2 episodes of that and I haven't finished. I haven't been watching it since. And yeah, Mariko, CP9 over CP3. Where does CP0 fit in? Oh, similar to that. Okay, makes sense. Okay, so we're straying a bit away from the chapter discussion, which is what I said that we were going to do today. But we don't have to if that's not what you guys are feeling. But I had a few questions and I had a few things that I wanted to share that I didn't get to, you know, expand on during the review. So let's start with the Frankie versus Sasaki. Did anyone have... Okay, so there was a comment. I'm going to bring the comment up actually from my review because it was an interesting one. Bear with me 1 second. You guys can continue talking about non-One Piece stuff. Or you can talk about One Piece stuff and I'll just read up on the chat. Okay. Let me see. Where is... There it is. Why can I not find this video? Obviously, the YouTube algorithm isn't helping me very much if I can't find my own video. Oh, there it is. Okay. So, what I really liked about Frankie beating Sasaki, you know, by coming out of General Frankie, was that the person, I guess, who usually goes into the robot when they need to go for the power-up and get the win, is usually what happens when we have a robot situation. But we actually got the opposite here. And so I really like that, you know, the final win was Frankie in Frankie's form, which is something that someone shared, like a I guess, a sentiment that someone shared with me. Let me find the comment. Also, just because I saw this comment whilst I'm reading through, what did you guys think? So I didn't know that watermelon and mustard was a trend. Did you guys know that? Yeah, Sanji teasing about Frankie getting Queen's tech. Exactly. I think I would love to see, you know, him being able to just use that continuous, you know, radical beam. That would be awesome. You should look up the Nordic creature known as Flygia. I'm almost positive it's Yamato's devil fruit. Okay. All right. You might be onto something, but I'll have to look it up and I'll get back to you. Thanks for letting me know. Let's see. What's the Flygia? Does anyone know has anyone come across this one before? Because that's a new one. Norse mythology. Okay, so the Flygia, I'm not too sure if I don't think I'm saying that right, is a supernatural being or spirit which accompanies a person in connection to their fate or fortune. Interesting. And you know what? It has that same, you know, the antler type features. Germanic, Nordic. And I guess it has that, you know, snout-like head. Similar color scheme as well, white. That's interesting. Remember if this was the one, because everyone's on the Kirin or the Chirin train. But if it ends up being Flygia, then you heard it here first from Kamai. So thanks for sharing that, guys. Hello, hi Gaurav, and hello NPC Novice. I'm sorry, I don't think I said that right either. But is Mr. Morge's stream finished? I hope it's finished and that's why you guys are all here, because I'm gonna feel super bad if you guys just left there. I specifically didn't mention that I was streaming when I was leaving because I didn't want to steal anyone away. So I hope that Mr. Morge's stream has finished. And hey Gaurav, welcome to your first Joy Girl stream. I'm glad that we're doing a lot of these like impromptu, you know, different timed streams so that we can have different groups of people who can't usually make the Friday night streams. And actually, this would be a good time to share that if you guys didn't hear in the last stream or during the review, that it's my birthday on Friday, which also, if it's Friday morning, it coincides with One Piece Day. So I'm thinking of doing a One Piece Day / Joy Girl birthday stream on Friday morning. So I hope you guys can make that too. Oh, his stream is done. Okay, thank goodness. He knows! Mr. Morge knows! No! I feel so bad. Hey, it's Fred's birthday tomorrow. Happy birthday, Fred. You and I are so you're a Cancer. You just miss out on the Leo month because Liam, Grand Line Review, is also a Leo, and he and I share that trait. And Matthew's birthday is tomorrow as well. Hey, so Fred, you've got a birthday buddy in Matthew Fumato. So happy birthday to you two. Gaurav, okay, if you're have fun at work, thanks for joining in, thanks for coming in and joining us. If you're gonna watch the video, just remember that we're actually moving the video to the second channel, Joy Girl Streams, so you'll have to catch us there afterwards. He mentioned Joy Girls looking for me at your stream. Oh, right. No, I was saying that I was looking for you in Mr. Morge's stream because I noticed that you were a mod during the Revelry. So because he modded me, I was thinking I could find you there as well, and then I couldn't find you. I wasn't trying to steal you here from him. Looking forward to me and Liam collabing again. You'll have to let him know. So, going back to the chapter, because I really liked the shot, I really liked that panel of Frankie, you know, just shooting the radical beam at Sasaki's exposed belly. I thought that was just such an awesome, it was just such an awesome showcase of Frankie, you know, not just his like abilities in terms of strength, but also just his, you know, strategy, you know, tactical skills. And you know, if a radical beam is strong enough to take down a Tobiroppo, and you know, I always said that I think Sasaki would be, you know, in like the top 3 of the strongest Tobiroppos. Imagine what could happen if Frankie now had, you know, Queen's sort of weaponry or Queen's tech available to him to have, you know, rapid radical beams. How awesome would that be? Frankie has been underrated the whole time. He'll also hit Big Mum with his bike. Exactly. How awesome was that moment? That was a great moment. How do you think Frankie will survive if Sasaki woke back up? And that's the question, right? So if this fight isn't over, I think Frankie's in a bit of trouble. But I would even, you know, Frankie boxing. That would be fun. Do you guys think that the fight is over? What are your thoughts on it? Let's do a thing. Who thinks that the fight is over and who thinks that the fight isn't over? You know what? I learned something from Mr. Morge's stream. I don't do any polls whilst we're streaming. Is Frankie versus Sasaki over? Let's do a poll. That work? Frankie. Am I EEE's asking, am I glad that Who's Who wasn't Gin or Captain Kuro? I don't think I was on board that was what we were gonna get. I don't think that was ever a very high chance or possibility for me anyways. So yeah, I guess I'm still glad. So no, 60% feel that it's not over yet. That's interesting. The other thing is that the other possibility is that we haven't actually seen any Zoan awakened devil fruits yet. And so I think we could start seeing them from Kaido's offices. And so unless after the Straw Hats actually, you know, beat Kaido's offices, then they all get back at the same time and beat the Straw Hats with their awakening. And actually, I'm sure Mr. Morge would love that, because you know that could be the thing that makes the revelry makes the raid fail. But we also could get an update on Hawkins, you know, once the Alliance think that they're actually close to winning, and because then Hawkins could actually come back into the storyline and, you know, use his thing and say, you know, actually the rate still hasn't actually changed, and then this could be when all the fallen beast pirates could stand up back in their awakened Zoan forms, and then we'll have some real trouble. What do you guys think of that idea? The Awakened Zoans. Oh, during Impel Down. Sorry, I meant more like what we've seen so far. You know, the fact that, so I mentioned this in the review as well, Fred, but the fact that, you know, we're seeing Sanji and Queen, and Sanji still isn't in his raid suit. What's going to take for him to go into his raid suit? Are we going to see, you know, Awakened Zoan Devil Fruits from Zoans of this caliber? Wu-Tang Blackness. Do I watch the anime? Yes, I do watch the anime. Well, I have been anyways. It's been great. Hey, Randy's here. Sasaki is the most likely to turn sides in my opinion. Either Denjiro shows up and reestablishes their friendship, or it can organically be revealed that Sasaki is the son of Kokoro / father of Chimney. Okay, so you're on board with the theory about, you know, the connection between Kokoro and Sasaki as well. How do you how do you guys mod people? Do you guys know how I'm supposed to mod people in this? Yeah, everyone check out Randy's, Randy or Wandy, as Marco said, Randy's channel as well. So Randy, maybe you could tell us about, we were talking about cheating. We actually had a question from Big Mac earlier, and I was telling them that I didn't get to finish your video because I had to come here. But there was a question about whether, if Yamato has the kid in Devil Fruit, whether we could see like flame powers or flame abilities. And Morning Morality, sorry, I must have missed your super chat. I'm not too sure why that didn't come up. But Frankie gets a new mech which has Queen's tech, and he builds it to transform into a dino and flies. Frankie flying. That would be really cool. If we also, you know, if we get to see that along with all of his other, along with his other things as well. If we get to see that, you know, paired up with the docking. And Ignacio says that Randy and Joy Girl are the ones that he subscribed to post Reverie. Thanks for that. Glad to have you here. And we've got a lot of people wanting to be mods now. Okay, so I gotta figure out how to do it first. Fred subscribed to Randy's channel after one chapter review where he had all the scabbards knocked over on his miniature table because they had just been taken out. Oh, I didn't see that. I must have missed that one. That's great. That's funny. Do you have all the scabbards figurines as well? That's amazing. So I don't know why this is happening, but this happened to me last time as well. And it seems like a lot of the super chat alerts aren't going off. But anyways. And actually, Randy, I don't know if you're still here, but I love your setup. I collect figurines myself, actually. And I love your setup. It's so packed. It's jam-packed. I would love to be able to see it one day. And I'd love to actually grow mine to your, like, to the extent of yours. Marco, Joy Girl made me a mod. I don't know what you're talking about. Chin doesn't want to be a mod. Chin, you don't want to be a mod here. Big Max asking, do I think hybrid Yamato has scales on his back like the kid? If... Maybe we need to all find out, maybe we'll need to watch Randy's video to find out more about the kid-in. Randy, do you have a take on this? From what we saw, I don't think it was clear enough. I'm gonna bring the chapter up as well, actually. Let me go into Viz. Muzomania bumped into Joy Girl a few months ago thanks to the YouTube algorithm. Oh, thanks YouTube algorithm. A blessing on my life. That's very sweet. Thank you. And Chin, okay, mod stress 10 hours. Mod traumas me. Fair enough. We won't ever have any 10-hour streams. So it seems like Randy is team Kirin. So make sure you check out that video because I'm sure he's got interesting takes. He always has great interesting takes on things, and I'm sure you guys all saw that in the Reverie yourselves. Okay, so Joker wants that mod status. I'll have to figure it out. I'm not too sure how to do it. So are we all on Team Kirin here, or anyone want to offer another view? Yes, so I see Randy, so Kemai actually pointed this out to us just in this stream about a Nordic deer fox called the Fylgja, and that could be potentially Yamato's devil fruit as well. In terms of appearance, it has a lot of, I think it has a lot of strengths. And we do know that Oda loves his Nordic mythology as well. And Guillermo, what are my thoughts on Red Hawk? On the Red Hawk attack? In the anime, it looked... Wait, let me go back. Why is this? Sorry. Okay, what are my general thoughts on the Red Hawk attack? In the anime, it looked awesome. Maybe we get an advanced for the fight with Kaido. So, the Red Hawk attack, yes, is awesome as well. I agree. And I think watching the Red Hawk attack in the anime actually makes me think that the animators might know something that we don't, because we know that is the case sometimes. Because it almost... The way that it was animated almost looked like a sun when Luffy used it in the anime. So, intriguing. Hi, Jonathan. Randy, I should show my collection at some point. I did an unboxing once. I unboxed Zoro and Sanji during a reaction once. What we could do, Randy, is we could do a figure off whilst discussing One Piece. You know, I would love to talk to Randy some more. So maybe we could do a future stream. You know, would you guys be up for a future stream where we discuss One Piece whilst doing a figure off? And you know, Chrissy is welcome as well, Randy. Because I missed her on the Reverie. I went back to watch the Reverie and I missed out. I left just as I think just before she showed up, Randy. Make a poll about it. That's a good idea. Okay, Randy and I should. I think based on if we're doing just a figure off, I think I would lose, to be honest. A lot of mine are still boxed. I don't know. So Randy, from your collection, it seems like you actually unbox all of your figurines. Do you ever keep yours just in their boxes? I have a really hard time actually unboxing anything. It breaks my heart. They've suddenly taken away my polling options. I don't know why it's doing that. I don't know. Something weird's going on with the chat. I can't hear the alerts go off. I can't do a poll anymore. It's alright, we'll have to make do. And Paul Mayo, or Wal Mayo, says Woywell and Wandy collab. Let's go. Alright, that would be a collab. And hi Roy, 안녕하세요. So Jonathan says foxes don't have horns, and this is something that I was talking about during the review, is that we don't necessarily have to, I guess the horns don't necessarily mean that it is connected to Yamato's devil fruit. So with like other, and the reason why I said that during the review is that with other Zoan devil fruits, a lot of the, you know, Zoan characteristics, we can only really see them once a user transforms into their Zoan forms. Whereas with Yamato, whereas with Yamato and even Kaido, they have horns even in their base form. So I think that it's actually possible that those horns actually aren't, you know, connected, don't have anything to do with their devil fruits, and it's more about their race. So I think there's still something, you know, unexplored there. But what do you guys think? Oh, and Chrissy watches Hunter x Hunter. I actually finished Hunter x Hunter just a few months ago. And man, that broke my heart as well. That's a great series too. Does she read? Because I didn't read the manga at all. I only watched the anime. And sorry guys, I've got so just for context, I'm stuck in lockdown still, and so everyone's home at the moment, so it's a bit loud. I've got my parents coming in and out of this room because they need something from the room. So sorry if there's a bit of background noise. Oh, it's because the other poll is active. Okay, I'll end the poll. That makes a lot more sense. Okay, thanks, guys. And bro, yes, I do speak Korean. I was born in Korea. Randy, okay, so as long as Randy approves of the figure showdown stream, then we're in. Actually, you know what? I might even have I might have some boxed ones. I don't think I got your answer to answer, Randy, whether you keep any of yours in the box, because I don't. Also, I missed this super chat from Guillermo. Sorry about that. Also, do you and Liam have the same room setup? Looks like the same room. No. He has a much better setup than I do. I've been to his studio. It's a lot nicer. But he did give me tips about how to set up with this with the soundproofing. And I want to get the lights though. I don't have good lighting. I think that's the next step for this studio. And also, do I also make toast when reading the manga? Good night from Mexico. And well, good morning. Oh, actually, it's good afternoon here. Good afternoon. I hope that doesn't mean that you're leaving us. But if you are, I'm sorry that I didn't get to answer your question before you've already left. I was eating a crumpet during the reverie, and I recently, so during once after the COVID pandemic started last year, I discovered that I have a gluten intolerance, and so I've had to go gluten free since then. So my ability to eat a lot of like bread based stuff has decreased significantly, and so I had a gluten-free crumpet during the reverie, and I can tell you guys that it was not nice. You couldn't even call it a crumpet. Liam's just next door. Yeah, I'll just bring him in. Yeah, so Paul Mayo says, agreed that the horns are from Yamato's normal base form. And those horns, so, I mean, it's interesting, obviously, that the horns changed, but I think it definitely is, it's something that we should focus on. Did I cry? What are you asking, did I cry about, Darnell? And, oh, Chrissy, thank you so much. Please tell Chrissy I say hi, and that, and, you know, please say thank you. That's great. Oh, she's in the first arc, so no spoilers. No, okay, we won't spoil anything. That's amazing. Are you watching? Is she reading or is she watching the series? She's just watching Hunter x Hunter, not reading as of now. I pretty much open all of them, but I'll have a few shipment of things. Oh, what are you coming? What's coming? That's always the most exciting thing when you know that you have figures arriving. You know what? I'll show you some. I'll show you some of mine that I haven't opened as of yet. But you know, one day maybe I will. I'll see. Let me 1 second, guys. Okay, so this isn't all of them, but these are some of my favorites that I just love, and as you can see, I haven't been able to open yet. So we've got Garp and Roger, a young Garp. And then look at this, guys. I've got. Do you have these ones, Randy? And also, Randy, do you collect Bun Presto or do you collect other which ones do you usually collect? Do I have it around the right way? Look at this. Well, I guess it'll have to sort of be like that way. I've got the Marineford Admirals and Sengoku, the Fleet Admiral. I should have a Garp as well. It's not from the same. I should have a Garp somewhere. Oh, yes, I did bring it. And then the Garp as well. So this one I would love to set up, you know, just like the scene from Marineford. Someone disliked him. Why did someone dislike the video? What's going on? Imagine if Joy Girl reincarnates as a girl. As a sad girl? Is this an unboxing video? No, we're not doing an unboxing today. It breaks my heart. Every time I struggle so much if I'm doing an unboxing, so... Mr. Morge disliked the video. It's because everyone left and I didn't... that can't be pinned on me. This is actually a chapter discussion. And we're just getting a bit sidetracked, actually. But, you know, we're talking about One Piece figurines, so, you know. Lord, dislike because of Akainu, maybe. Christian, what do I think about the devil fruit of Yamato? As in, like, what do I think it is? So a few things that we're gonna say here. Then first, you gotta watch my review. 2, you also gotta watch Randy's video about the Kirin. And then 3, I guess we've just gotten a few interesting topics. We got a few interesting suggestions that I didn't actually bring up in the review, and so I'm sure you would have already come across the Kirin before, and like I said, you can check out Randy's video for all of that. But we've also got a new suggestion about the Fylgja, which is a Nordic being, which is a Nordic spirit. Also has the antlers, also white, also could mean quite could also have like a meaningful connection that, you know, it's a spirit that accompanies a person in connection to their fate or fortune, which is a bit vague, I think. So I think I'm gonna have to read up on it a little bit more. And Alexander, what are my top One Piece openings? 5 and 13 have a special place in your heart. So I would have to say the first one, Believe, and now this most recent one, Dreaming On. I listen to Dreaming On, you know, when I'm going, you know, driving to the gym, when I'm going to work. So those are probably my top 3. The first one, Believe, and Dreaming On. Have I ever watched the Mugiwara theater shorts? No, I'm not even too sure which one you're talking about. And hey, Laffy Traffy's here as well. Hey guys, everyone check out Laffy Traffy's channel. She's been making great content, making great reactions and reviews of One Piece as well recently. And we've got a Morge plushie. We've got a Morge plushie Spruik as well. Yep, everyone go buy Mr. Morge's plushies too. Especially if you've come here from Mr. Morge. If you've told me that you've betrayed Mr. Morge, I think you owe him a plushie. And Paul Mayo, sorry to put me on the spot, but who's my favorite Straw Hat and why? That's a really hard question. I avoid these questions. Can I just say that I like the Straw Hats as my favorite character in One Piece? And that be my answer? Will you accept that as my answer? Because it's true. Like, the Straw Hats are really my favorite part about One Piece. Fight Together actually is a really great opening as well, Roy. The Mugiwara Theatre 4 is so good, I should watch it. What are these Mugiwara theatres that you guys are talking about? Let me search these up. Oh, I knew about this, about the family, but okay, I didn't realize that there was like this is cool. Alright, this is a lot of fun. Looks like a lot of fun. I'm gonna have to binge this. Randy says we did a 10-hour telethon for Morge's plushie. They should have been sold out by now. Well, we've got people saying that they betrayed Mr. Morge and came here. So I gotta do my bit and say, you gotta sell, if it hasn't sold out, you gotta deplete him of his stock. You gotta pre-order for his next round. There's actually a fifth one wherever Luffy is a mafia boss. This is very intriguing. Oh, and Randy, seems like I missed your comment earlier about which ones you collect. So you collect the Bun Presto WCF. Yeah, I love that they do the side characters as well. I think I've got some of those as well. The Colosseum. Yep. Hey Vinsmoke, thanks for joining in, thanks for coming in. So I'm not too sure if I haven't specified this, but it's going to be Friday morning. So I hope everyone can make it because it's usually a different time to what we usually do. We usually do Friday night, but it's actually going to be Friday morning, which might be Thursday night for some of you as well. And is this the real Joy Girl or the imposter Joy Girl? You guys gotta let me know, how can I prove myself as the real Joy Girl? NPC, you might be at work. Oh, I have to laugh? Okay, tell me something funny. Actually, I don't even need something funny to laugh, to be honest. What's that on my wrist, anime Nakama? Oh, it's a little bracelet. It's a little band. It says anime all day. I was cleaning the house. That's also actually partly why I was late. I was hanging my washing, and then I found this in the drawer when I was cleaning the house, and I thought, oh, it's nice. I haven't seen it in a while. I thought I'd wear it. The vodka must be yummy. It's a big glass of vodka. The more I drink, the more joy girl I become. Oh, Randy's leaving. Thanks so much, Randy, for joining us. Had a lot of fun. Thanks for coming in here. Everyone, go check out Randy's video and subscribe if you haven't. Also, for some more savage takes. You know, hashtag savage. Everyone flood him with hashtag savage. Say hi to Chrissy for me, please, Randy. Thanks so much for coming in. All right, thanks, Vin Smoke. See ya. All right, you go now. Bye-bye now. I'm glad that we're seeing a lot of the savage. Hashtag savage, that's right. Good, I'll do one too. Hashtag savage. See ya, Randy. Oh, and he told us how to mod as well. Okay, so I can't believe that we've got a few people who are mods on other channels, and Randy was the only one who told me how to mod here. Is it because you guys are all scared? None of you guys want to actually mod. Is that what's happening? No one wants the mod. All right. Maybe I'll just have to choose random mods, and you guys are gonna be stuck with the burden and the responsibility. Oh, Joker told me how to mod. Oh, okay, I'm sorry. I'm sorry, I must have missed it. Okay, I didn't read your comment, alright. So it's just Chin who's the anti-mod. That's so funny. Alright, okay. I'll mod you, Joker. We got oh, so I get it. Add moderator. And Fred's been with us. Fred's been with us for so long. Fred's been with us since really, really early Joy Girl days when I had like the when I had a completely different avatar. And Paul Mayo, you'd love to mod. Look at you. Look at you taking on all the responsibilities. Over there on Morge's channel as well. Okay, thank you. All right, I'm glad that we've outwon Chin's anti-mod faction. Get a bot by the name of Joy Boy. That would be funny, actually. That would be a good idea. See, now I'm gonna have to learn how to get a bot. What does that mean? And can I ban everyone? No, I want serious mods, guys. Don't go, no mod power trips up in here. We're a joyful, you know, we're a joyful crew. And Musomania, I was going to respond to this earlier, but I was too busy modding people. So I've actually watched Kuroko no Basket, or Kuroko's Basketball. I've actually got I've got Kisei's figurine, but I don't know, it's in another room. I'll have to grab it next time. But I really enjoyed that series as well. I like basketball, but I'm not too sure if you've already watched this, but Slam Dunk is the best basketball anime / manga. Greatest of all time. Mariko's asking Joy Gang / Joy Crew. I'm gonna weigh in on this, and I'm gonna say personally, I prefer Joy Crew over Joy Gang. So I hope you guys can skew the poll results. I'm really liking all of these highlighted blue names. Maybe, you know what, Joker? Maybe that's a great idea. Maybe we should be called the Joy Sandwich instead. And hi, Tyler. Thanks for joining in. Okay, Muzo, if you haven't watched Slam Dunk yet, you gotta go check it out. Slam Dunk is great. Who's my favorite duo, Nami and Usopp or Sanji and Zoro? So this is a different take, but I would actually say I really like the relationship between Nami and Zoro. And you see it a lot more in the earlier arcs, you know, pre-time skip arcs. But if you go back, Nami and Zoro have such a fun relationship. And it's actually like a video topic that I want to do. And, you know, maybe you can let me know if you guys would be interested in something like this. But if you remember that I once did a video about what Luffy means to the Straw Hats. And I'd actually like to do something similar where I discuss like a lot of the different, you know, duos or the different like pairings and the groups, maybe the trios, and the different relationships that exist within the Straw Hats, because the Zoro and Nami relationship, especially in the earlier arcs, is super interesting and super fun. What are we worried about, Marco? What's going on? Anime, not animal. Anime Devil Hunter. Hi, I'm new. Thanks for joining us. Thanks, Anime Devil Hunter. What do you think about a Luffy and Kid fight? At one point, in all honesty, I thought Kid was going to be an actual fight between the two. I thought Kid was actually going to be an actual fight between the two, but it seems Luffy has surpassed Kid so much. Yeah, I'm not too sure whether we'll really ever see like a serious fight between Luffy and Kid. I think I enjoy the squabbling that we have between them. I think the relationship is pretty set at this point now. So I'm not too sure about them fighting. But, you know, they have a really fun relationship as well. Yeah, animal anime. Yeah, Zoro owing Nami was so funny. Yeah, when Nami, you know, adding on the interest. Zoro, anyone with Chopper. Chopper and, you know, Chopper just goes with anyone so well. Chopper and Usopp. How funny is Chopper and Usopp? Okay, Roy, thanks for joining in, Tiger. 들어와줘서 고마워. I'm not too sure. Gonna go help a friend with this software code. Okay. Also, can you mod on Discord? Okay, so okay, so that's something that I keep saying that I'll have to bring up, and I keep forgetting to do it. Okay, alright. Setting up a Discord. Everyone remind me, I will set up a Discord, and then you can let me know if you want to be a mod on Discord as well. I just don't know enough about how to run Discord. That's the big problem. You guys saw me. I needed someone's help to mod someone in the chat here. And yes, yes, Animal Devil. I keep saying it. I keep saying animal. Anime Devil Hunter. Anime Devil Hunter. Anime Devil Hunter. A movie about God Valley would be really awesome. Like, I'm sure we'll see more through the flashback anyways. I'm sure we're going to get a flashback about it. We're going to get some information. But if they really extended that and did sort of like a prequel, I'd love it. And Marco would be your first time on Discord. Okay, well, if it's going to be your first time, I got to set it up then. It's going to happen. I do already have a Discord server, but it's just, you know, I'm not too sure what I'm supposed to do with it. I'm not too sure about all the different categories, because I've been on other people's Discord. I'm in Liam's Discord, for example, on the Grand Line Reviews. And he's got so much going on. It's so overwhelming. I'm not too sure where to start. And Amadeus asking about what I think Usopp's bounty is going to be at the end of Wano. You're going to have to catch my Wano bounty or post Wano bounty video, because that's a video that I did just a week ago. So a fun video for you to catch up on. Jen855, hello. Glad to have you here. Alright, so we got Chin's anti-mod for YouTube. Chin's anti-Discord. Chin, you're being a unjoyful person today. You're being an unjoyful member of the Joy crew today. What have we covered already? So we covered some we covered a lot of things. You missed out on Randy. So Randy was here. We were talking about anime figures for a while, so we were talking about that. We had Laffy Truffy as well. So everyone, I'm not too sure if Laffy Truffy is still here, but I hope you guys went and checked her channel out as well. And Chin's gonna be anti-Morge soon. Alright, that didn't happen on my channel. I didn't support that. That was nothing, that wasn't endorsed by me. And we have been discussing some interesting possibilities for Yamato's Devil Fruit. So first of all, you gotta let us know what's your idea and what's your pick for Yamato's Devil Fruit. And then we'll let you know what other suggestions have come up. Salamander's asking, so have we noticed that Joy Girl and Tai has never showed up in the same place at the same time? And this is a question that I actually had during the Reverie and then again during Mr. Morge's stream. Who is Tai and what is the background of this story? Because it kept coming up during that stream when I was on Mr. Morge's channel. Can you guys tell me what is happening with who's Tai? So Joey thinks that it's going to be the QB. But, so this is what we were discussing before, that we have a kitsune already, but there are lots of different kitsune forms. I think I've searched this up, and I think there are like, almost like 13 even. I think there are like 13 different types of kitsunes, but with Katarina Devon, we actually have Katarina as the devil fruit holder of the Kyubi no Kitsune. Hey, Laffy Traffy's still here. Yep, everyone go check out Laffy Traffy's channel as well. So Laffy Traffy's on the kitten idea for Yamato. Tai is a legend in the One Piece community. Okay, so are you telling me that I could be One Piece queen? If that's why you've never seen us together in the same place before? Who do we think, see, Fred is asking the real question about who do we think Kaido intended to have eat Yamato's devil fruit? See, because I think that's a lot of the things that people are focusing on what Yamato's devil fruit could be, but it's always really the dialogue that accompanies it that I think is really interesting. My idea is Jack. You know, they're the same age, which is something that I've discussed before. I think there's the fact that Jack joined Kaido's Beast Pirates at such a young age, and then the relationship that they have seems to be like, there's definitely a history there. And I think even that Jack was probably treated better by Kaido growing up, better than Yamato. Maybe, I don't know, maybe it had to do with a gender thing, maybe it just had to do with how Yamato treated or like respected Kaido, not sure. But I think it seems like Kaido was really building Jack up to be someone to rule alongside him. And maybe, maybe Kaido had that same relationship with Zebek. Because, knowing that Kaido was an apprentice on Zebek's ship, maybe what we have is actually a similar relationship between Kaido and Jack here. So that's my idea on it, but what do you guys think? Yeah, so Chin. Jack is the son that Kaido wanted, exactly. Mythical fox or wolf? Yeah, so mythical fox, like I said, there's heaps of different like mythical fox variations, and something that I mentioned during the during my review was the idea of a tenko fox, which is actually, the kitsune, but grows up to become like a celestial fox, you know, a sky fox. Still linked to the kitsune, but still different as well. So interesting ideas there. I think the only thing going against Jack is the fact that, you know, Jack was already a beast pirate when he was 8 years old. You know, during that scene when Odin went to fight Kaido, and the scabbards, you know, the scabbards along with Odin, and it seems almost like being a Zoan devil fruit holder is almost like a prerequisite of joining the Beast Pirates, or not joining the Beast Pirates, but at least, you know, being able to rise up to that role. So unless, you know, Kaido was just prepping Jack up to give him the devil fruit later, that's the only sort of, I guess, you know, conflict that I have with that idea. I don't get why the community is all for Jack, but Jack already had it. Yeah, exactly, Joker. That's what I'm saying. That I think Jack it depends on when he had the devil fruit. Let me read the chat. Let me see what you guys all think. Brandon, yep, we already have the kitsune fruit with Devon. I think the devil fruits of the beast is less a literal requirement and more so just a thematic choice by Oda. I don't know. I actually think that it's possible that Kaido is really actually building himself a crew of literal beasts. And I think it could have to do with his history. So this is actually something that I missed out on during the Reverie discussion. But I think it could actually have to do with, you know, Kaido's backstory. Because if that's the case and it's just a thematic choice, why is he specifically, you know, producing the smiles? Why is he specifically producing, you know, the smiles, Zoan devil fruits, where all of his, well, not all, but, you know, essentially all of his crew can have Zoan devil fruit powers to turn into beasts. And so it's actually, I think it could have to do with a legend of a Japanese mythology could come into play here. But Kaido could actually be, I was thinking that Kaido could be linked, or could be, you know, could draw inspirations from a legend called Kintaro. And it's a discussion that I'd actually like to delve into deeper. So I was thinking of actually doing a video on it. So, and you know what? Oh, it's a shame that Randy's not here. And we should have brought this up when Randy was here, because this would be a good, this could be a good topic, and maybe Randy would know about it, because I think he knows quite a lot about legends and myths. So maybe, you know what, I'll save this, and maybe I'll ask him whether we could talk about this with Randy. Marshall D. Gandalf. That's a lot of, series there, where I'm in Sydney, hence the lockdown. Bozo, okay, thanks so much for joining us, Bozo. I'm glad that you were able to join us, and thanks so much. Actually, what time is it? So we're at the 1.5 hour mark, and for the Reverie, the camera actually lasted, I think, definitely lasted, I think, over 1.5 hours, but it didn't last all throughout the entire Reverie, as I'm sure you guys would have noticed, because I had to switch partway through and just switch to the bad quality laptop face cam. So we might try to cap our stream today as well, because we're not going to do another repeat of that time when we were doing mime streams and when we were just doing a chatting stream for a while. So Gaming Guru says, the fact that Kaido offered the fruit he struggled to get to Yamato instead of king or queen proves how calculated his moves are and is not just offering anything to anyone. Well, that's the thing. Yamato wasn't offered the devil fruit. That's what the last chapter was saying, is that actually Yamato ate that fruit accidentally. So Kaido had actually intended that fruit for someone else. But, you know, we don't know details like when exactly Yamato ate that devil fruit. You know, how old was Yamato when they ate that devil fruit? So those are the questions that I guess will clarify a lot of things. Yeah, and yeah, Joker, exactly. It could be anyone that Kaido's talking about because there's such little information. And we've got a question about Who's Who. And from Brandon King, do I think the name Who's Who was previously known as has any relevance to the story? I think Who's Who would have had a different name in the past, but then maybe, you know, changed it just to avoid capture. Because when we go back to that, I think it was in chapter 1018, CP0's dialogue was, you know, is it really him? To suggest that it might not be him, you know, and, you know, if someone asking this would suggest that maybe they're unsure because he's going by a different name now. And that's another thing, Paul Mayo, yeah, poor Yamato not being fed. It seems like, you know, what were the circumstances of Yamato growing up? Is the battery okay? We'll have to check. It seems to be fine for now, but unfortunately my camera doesn't tell me. So what just happens is that I, like, halfway through I just noticed on the screen that my face is gone, and that's how I realize. Poor Joy Girl eating bad food at Reverie too. Yeah. Anyone else have gluten intolerance? It's a sad life. Fred, yep, interesting parallel between Luffy and Yamato. You know, Luffy eating the devil fruit, wanting to join Shanks, whilst Yamato eating a devil fruit whilst wanting to get away from Kaido. And both of them recently teased to have stolen or acquired the devil fruit in recent chapters. And Vivek, hi, Texas, US. Hello from Sydney, Australia. Spurs. Every time someone brings up Texas, I bring this up all the time. Are you a Spurs fan? Do you visit Tim Duncan's shop? It's the second question that I always ask. Okay, who's a superhero? I think Yamato's devil fruit is one of the Chinese sons of dragon to fit with the sun theme. Okay, I didn't know about the about that sort of, I guess, legend or story. I'll look that up as well. Thanks for that. Hey, Mariko also has a gluten intolerance. It's not great, is it? Not good. The pizza wasn't looking so good. I don't know, the pizza looked good to me. Vivek, you're at work. That's so how loyal of you. Thanks so much for joining in. And Bizento Man's asking, do I read the spoilers or wait for the chapter? So I used to actually just review the official translation by Viz, and I still only review the official translation. But during our reaction streams, we hold that on Friday night, which is the scans, which are the unofficial scans. And Siva Rep, Yamato's nose is very dog-like, similar to Wanda, and yeah, that's the other thing, right? That how similar Yamato's devil fruit or hybrid form looks like a mink Sulong form, Sulong transformation. Joker, it's like being intolerant to air. That's exactly what it's like. I can't eat all of, you know, my favorite foods. I love bread. I love carbs. Z Squirt is asking a really interesting question, guys, actually. What was your best reveal so far? Is this just in Wano or is this in the series? Because if it's in the series, the best reveal would probably, my favorite would probably have to be the one at Zou, the Raizo is alive. That one gives me goosebumps every time. Buggy, are you saying that Buggy is your reveal? Or are you just spreading some Buggy love? And fresh ingredient, yeah, so I'm not too sure. I think you weren't here for the initial discussion when we were discussing this. But exactly, the Yamato and Kaido both have horns in their base forms, so it doesn't necessarily have to, you know, have to do anything with their Zou and Devil Fruit powers, or their Zou and Devil Fruit forms, because they have that in their base forms. So I think it's very interesting about, the interesting question is about, you know, what race they are actually. Volatile Vortex, it's the real one. That's me. So you're here from Mr. Morge's stream as well. Oh, Pudding's, yeah, Pudding's reveal gave me goosebumps too. That was a good one. Gecko Moria, what do I think of you? What do you think of yourself? Pudding reveals ×2, first villain, second backstory, great writing. Yeah, it was, I definitely was a great reveal. You need a fight. King, wait for Zoro. Wait for Zoro, he's coming, he's coming. What did you guys, so who actually watched the review? What did you guys think of my ideas for how Zoro is going to slice his way out of his bandages? I know I've brought this up before, but what do you guys think of that idea? Hey, Cake Block, thanks for joining in. Oh, bye now. Okay, bye now. Joker, but then when you see Raizo, you had bigger goosebumps because of his ugly mug. And hey, Anime Nakama just subbed to Laffy Traffy. Yeah, everyone, make sure to check out Laffy Traffy's channel. If you guys love lore, then go check out Laffy Traffy. Even if you don't love lore, just check out for the content. Make sure to head over to Laffy Traffy's channel. Bibek is asking, do I think Zoro is gonna fight Kaido again? I think I would like to see. So another video that you'll have to watch is my video about the Straw Hats versus Kaido. And I think I have a fun idea in my head of Luffy just being out of commission for a while, just temporarily out, because he's you know, which with all the structures, with all the, I guess, with the trend or the structure that we usually see in One Piece, whenever Luffy develops a new technique, there's always a drawback. You know, there's a flip side where he has to, you know, take some time, where he's only able to use that ability for a certain amount of time. And so I think that's what we're going to have here with Luffy in the fight against Kaido. And whilst Luffy is temporarily out and is vulnerable, I have the idea that the Straw Hats are actually going to buy some time for Luffy and are actually going to take on to, you know, buy some time and fend off Kaido, you know, for a while. And I would like to see, obviously, Zoro as a part of that, you know, playing an important role. Zoro and Sanji leading the crew in, you know, in, I guess, protecting and shielding the captain. And Joker's saying that that they love my Frankie cosplay. Yeah, where's the Frankie? Where's my Frankie cosplay love, guys? What did we think? How did I do with the Frankie cosplay? I'm telling you, these lockdown cosplay attempts are getting real difficult because I can't go out and buy things, and because the review comes out on Friday, I really don't have time to get anything shipped. So it's just been a lot of fun home budget cosplays. But what did you guys think? Is it believable? And thanks, Levi. That's very sweet. And thanks for joining us here today. Fresh ingredient, the blue was too dark. That's also partly my hair's fault. I was just grateful that the blue showed up at all. I was seriously worried that the blue wouldn't show up, and then I'd just be using the gloves, which really wouldn't make any sense. So at this point, I was just happy that the blue showed up. And Elvin, yes, One Piece has outsold Batman. So I'm very happy about that. But at the same time, I also love Batman. Batman, in terms of like superhero, is my favorite superhero, so. And okay, so Brandon King, do I think Zoro's eye is gone or just restraining his power like Kenpachi's eye patch? So, alright, I'm sorry to disappoint you, but I think Zoro's eye could just be like an aesthetic choice. I think if Zoro has like a different power up his sleeve at this point, I think he would have used it against Kaido. And you know, Zoro said it himself when he was up on the rooftop that, you know, he's given the best that he had, that he's given it all he had when he used the Sura. So, I mean, I obviously wouldn't mind if there was more to the eye and if we got to see what happened during the time skip. But at this point, I think it's a bit unlikely. Thailand thought it was super cute. Thank you. No thumbnail tease. I forgot to take a photo of it properly, to be honest, which is why I didn't include it in the thumbnail. Joy Joestar. Don't be deceived. It's Sharingan. Okay, you heard it here, guys. And Levi, you thought my boxing skills were on point. So that's actually my boxing gloves. I did boxing for a little while when I was in high school. And my sister actually does kickboxing, does Muay Thai now. And she does like amateur comps. Can I beat Goku though? Yeah. 100%. And Vivek, thank you. I'm glad that you were able to see me during the reverie as well. Joker, do I like Batman more than Joker? What if I say that I like Batman and Joker as my favorite, you know, superhero and villain pairing? Joy Girl is the captain and the combatant. Yep. Give me my straw hat. Just get me my straw hat. And Laffy Traffy loved the cosplay. Cosplaying is so much fun and a great way to express the love for a series. Yep, we all gotta appreciate Laffy Traffy's dedication to the beanie. Very fitting. Who would win, Batman versus Batman with a hyphen? Wayne D. Bruce. No. Chin's challenging you, Laffy Traffy. We're gonna see a Frankie cosplay soon as well. Don't want the smur. Do I have a straw hat like the icon? I do have a straw hat actually. It's in another room. Do you want me to go grab it? Or what you'll do is I'll wear it for Friday's stream. So for those of you who weren't here earlier on, I'll explain again. So it's my birthday on Friday, which also coincides with One Piece Day. So I want to do a birthday / One Piece Day stream. And it's going to be on Friday morning, which might be like Thursday night for some of you or a different time. But it's going to be, yeah, Friday morning, and I'll have the straw hat then. How about that? If 4 Tricks wins, I have to be doing a 4 Tricks cosplay too. Alright, just for you, Chin. I will start rooting for 4 Tricks to win. And Levi, yes, I have watched the Hunter x Hunter anime. I finished it actually. I finished it a couple of months ago. And it was great. I loved it. I didn't continue to read the manga, but I really enjoyed it too. Man, the last arc that they anime, or not the last because it's technically the election arc, but the Chimera Ant arc, that really took a twist. That was, you know, going into it, it felt a bit slow. I wasn't really understanding it so much, but by the end, it was just such a thrilling arc. Oh, Jen can make it. Yay! Thank you. So I'm not too sure if you guys caught this during the reverie, but I know that 4 Tricks is would probably be the most popular gifter. But I don't think Gazelle Man gets enough love. Don't you think he's so funny? He's so like top heavy. I think he's hilarious. Yeah, the Meruem and Komugi death scene, yeah, that scene was just, I had to, I think as soon as I watched, after I watched that, I actually went on to Liam's New World review, and I had to see his take on it, and I wanted to see what his video was on it. So I tried to watch a video about Hunter x Hunter, and ended up being a bit of a mistake because it spoiled something else for me that was going to happen later on in this series. Joker's asking, we have a break on Friday? Yes, we do have a break on Friday, which is why you're going to have to mod for my birthday stream. You asked for the responsibility, Joker, now it's yours. Hold'em, okay, Hold'em's an interesting one. I think that's not a very popular choice. And Kev, the OG, thanks. Thanks for joining in. I'm happy, we're very happy to have you here as well. So you just missed it. I'm not too sure how long you've been in, but we're also just saying we're going to have a Friday morning stream for my birthday, not for the chapter reaction because there is no chapter this week. So if you can make it to Friday morning, that'll be great as well, please. No rest for the mods. I warned them. I didn't really warn them. They could have joined Chin's anti-mod faction, but that was their mistake. Yeah, Holden was such a comical character, so funny. I've watched episode 982, I haven't watched episode 983. Episode 982 was movie quality. It was, I thought I was honestly watching a movie. That was honestly so good. I love the way that they added a bit more as well, that like final scene, you know, with the glasses, you know, all putting them down. I'm not too sure if you guys have me on Twitter, if you guys follow me on Twitter, but I love the scene so much that I had to insert myself into that scene. Morning streams are better for you, Fred. I think I gathered that because you were here for that Thursday morning stream where the camera died, and I remember you being with us on Saturday morning the week before that as well, which I'm glad that we're doing like different times. So we'll have at least one mod with us. So Chin's the only one in the anti-mod faction. but who knows, maybe someone will join. We also got Chin as an anti-Discord in the anti-Discord faction too. Get a Pooh and Queen to host your birthday. Yeah, we could get that going in the background. Zoom, 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 zoom. That's a great idea, Jen. Thanks for that. The Bond's funny. All the gifters are funny. How much longer in Wano do I think? That's a hard one because I've like recently had to change a lot about how I thought what was going to happen in Wano. I would say probably between like around like 30 to 40 chapters, maybe around that mark. At least, I think at least 2 more volumes. And that's actually something that, you know, because if we think about it, we've got the volume, because we've already got the volume covers for volumes 99, 100, and 101. So it's almost guaranteed, you know, it's essentially guaranteed that at least 2 more volumes will be still in Wano. But I still think that, you know, we've got around 30 to 40 chapters. Yep, Chin, that's right. We're having a birthday stream on Friday. But it's going to be Friday morning. Marco, you're back. Wano is the arc that seems like it'll never end. Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if it continues for another 50 to 60 chapters, to be honest. So the raid failing is a really intriguing one, because Fred, I don't know if you'll remember this because it was from really early days, but I remember I talked about the possibility of raid failing earlier on as well, and that was actually before I even knew the whole thing about the raid failing as Mr. Morge's thing. And so I was actually on board with that idea at first, and the more that we continue into Wano, I'm having my doubts, but we'll have to see. Have another 50 chapters in Wano. Okay. Yeah, it's crazy how long Wano's been. Brandon King, I don't know if Onigashima will fall on Flower Capital or not, but that would be wild. So I said that, you know, maybe we'll actually see something like Momo using his, if Momo has the ability to use, like, to able to use the flame clouds to a great extent, to a great ability, to Kaido's level, maybe he could play a part in actually stopping that from happening. Or maybe it could even have to do with Yamato. If we find out more about, like, what's going on with Yamato, then, you know, Yamato could play that role too. Because it would make sense as well, because obviously it's not going to be Yamato who beats Kaido. That's going to have to be, you know, a task for Luffy. So then Yamato actually playing a role in that way, saving Wano by stopping Onigashima from falling onto Flower Capital, that would be really cool too. Byzantoman said, did I give my opinion on the Reverie about Carrot versus Yamato? Yes, I did actually. So just as I did, but I'll give you just a quick run through. I don't think that it'll be Carrot. I just don't think Carrot's been given enough focus on at Wano so far. So I don't see Carrot really joining at this point. Yamato used to be like my popular, was my popular choice, but I was actually recently thinking now as well that it would be also cool if Yamato decides to stay back at Wano, and you know, it'd be a really twisted case of like irony for Kaido if Yamato actually decides to rule Wano, not rule, but at least help as maybe as an advisor alongside the Kozukis to help Wano in that way, and Kaido will get what he wished for Yamato to become the next ruler, or at least play an important part in, you know, Wano's I guess in leading Wano, but then it will actually be to help the Kozukis, and that would be really cool. And this is actually something that I forgot to mention during the Reverie, but I was thinking, so also what we've seen about Momo, and whatever Momo and Yamato read in Oden's journal about why Momo needs to survive, and why he's, you know, obviously means that he's going to play an important role. And I think that extends beyond Wano, that it obviously means that Momo must be playing an important role for the world, you know, more generally and more at large. And so I think it's even possible that maybe Momo will actually, you know, sail with the Straw Hats next. And if we actually had that happen, then what we could also see is that Momo could actually learn how to read the poneglyphs from Robin, because obviously that's something that that needs to continue in the Kozuki line and stopped with Oden. But we could actually see that being revived through Momo and Robin spending more time together. So that's an idea that I had as well. And hi Lanzabek, thank you, and thanks for joining us here today as well. What are we all saying? Yamato will pressure Luffy to join like Oden, but as Momo's retainer. Ah. I kind of also like the idea of Momo not needing a retainer though. Having to fend for himself. I mean, at the end of the day, he has the Dragon Devil Fruit. And hey, we've got a new subscriber. Hello, Mukuro. Thanks for joining us, and I'm glad that you're here with us today. Mariko, am I still holding the Toki is alive agenda? It's not an agenda. That's just fact. It's just the thing. It's not an agenda. That's just the thing, Mariko. It's gonna happen. We don't know when, but it's gonna happen. Yeah, by the end of Wano, Momo will be a strong warrior. Yeah, and that's another thing that I'm really waiting for as well. For Momo to have his moment. That's just been, you know, built up for so long now that that has to happen. Which is why I said that thing about, you know, Momo possibly playing a role in stopping Onigashima from falling. But, you know, what we've seen so far, it doesn't seem like Momo has that ability yet. So it could be something else. But Momo definitely has to have his shining moment in Wano as well. And what do you guys know? You know, it's 2 hours and the camera has survived. Look at us. Look at us go. Toki is too intriguing. Yeah, and there's just so much, exactly, there's just so much unleft, you know, left unturned with Toki. You know, there's so much that Oda's hinted about Toki. It just doesn't make sense for Toki not to reappear at this stage. The battery likes the Joy Girl stream today. Maybe, yeah, maybe it's the power of all the mods, Chin. Imagine if people were more on the in your faction. Yep, the cameras doesn't want to mess with Joker. Brobed, you're back. Thanks. Glad to have you here. The Straw Hats will meet the red-haired pirates and Yamato will run off and get blasted by Shanks just like Odin did with Roger, and then Luffy and Shanks will have to have a conquer haki clash similar to Roger and Whitebeard. So I think that's a really popular thing that we're all waiting for, to see, you know, Shanks and Luffy get like a friendly battle, and just have like a little test each other out. That would be a lot of fun. See that conquer clash. What do we think about this battery? How hopeful and optimistic are we being? I think I don't want to test. I don't want to, you know, test the will of the battery gods for too long. So why don't we say, should we wrap it up? And I'm seeing a lot of questions about the role of Caribou and where he is. I actually made a video about this, and it's actually going to be coming sometime this week, so keep tuned for it. Yes, everyone. Please, thanks the guy. If you could all like the stream before it ends as well. And if you guys, you know, missed out on the beginning, or if you only came in just now, and if you want to watch what we were discussing when we were actually discussing the chapter a bit more earlier on in the stream, make sure that you can check it out on the in Joy Girl Streams. It's the second channel where we're going to be moving the VOD after it's hosted live here. So make sure to check out that video. Check out this video in that on that channel. And Caribou kills Kaido. Okay. Actually, you know what? The chapter discussion was kind of everywhere in this in today's stream, but I guess that's what's gonna happen when we have a stream. So maybe just watch the entire thing if you had questions, and also don't forget to watch the review if you haven't already. And I will have a link out for the birthday stream, so make sure to click the notification bell for that one too. And thanks, Muzo. I had a great time just relaxing and chatting with you as well. Joker kills Kaido. Alright, Paro kills Kaido. This is going wild. Okay, so I'm really appreciating everyone, you know, for coming in and actually joining me in the streams. Lockdown can be a bit painful, as some of you guys will know who are in Sydney and Melbourne, fellow Australians. But you guys are making lockdown so much more fun, and I'm, you know, surviving lockdown because I get to, you know, discuss One Piece with all of you. And I'm gonna end it. I'm gonna end it now before these theories get wilder, and we're gonna start discussing things like, okay, yeah, like Zunisha kills Kaido. So... okay, and yes, Vivek, thank you for your time as well. All right, the hello Mega, not in lockdown. Okay, showing off. That's fine. But thank you so much for the stream. So make sure to check it out if you missed out on the earlier parts of this stream on that second channel. And like I said, we're going to have a video sometime this week, so tune in for that. And also we're going to have a second One Piece Day / my birthday stream on Friday morning. So make sure to, hey, and Sweet Commander Carly's in here as well. Everyone check out Sweet Commander Carly. She was here with us in the last reaction, not the last reaction stream, but the one before that. And she was telling us that she's thinking of making a channel, and she actually started her channel. So everyone show some love. Check out Sweet Commander Carly's channel too. And Laffy Traffy, I'm not too sure if Laffy Traffy's in here as well, but like I said, check her out. And it's been a great time. And thank you to my new mods. Thanks for being my new mods. I will, Roy already left, but like I said, I will really look into the Discord. I promise. And hey, Straw Hat, you made it at the, oh no. Oh, I'm so sorry. Like I said, you're going to, but you have another chance because we're going to be doing a stream on Friday morning. So I will have the stream link up nice and early. Make sure to put it in your notifications and join us on Friday morning, which might be Thursday night for you. I'm not too sure. Okay, and Discord, Discord. Okay. Okay, all right. Thanks guys so much. I love you all, and keep safe, keep sane. And hey, Sweet Carly, yep, so she says that she's gonna have a video at the end of the, on the 1st of August. All right, sounds good. Looking forward to it. And okay, no, there's not a Discord yet, Kev. We're going to have a Discord. I will let you know when it's up, and I will put out my rounds to see whether people are interested in being mods for that one too. Coming soon for Discord, but Chin's not interested apparently, so don't follow Chin. Okay, all right, thanks guys, thanks so much. I'll see you again soon.